Hi, beloved. Have you ever been hungry on a long walk, only to discover that the snack you were counting on isn't there? Imagine reaching for a juicy apple on a tree, but as you get closer, you realize there's nothing there, just leaves, no fruit. Disappointing, right? Now, picture this scene, not just as a story about hunger, but as a powerful lesson about our lives, our choices, and the importance of bearing fruit for God. Today, I want to take you on a journey through one of the most intriguing stories in the Bible, when Jesus cursed a fruitless fig tree. This isn't just an ancient tale. It's a message for our hearts, especially for those of us who want our lives to matter, to make a difference, to bear fruit that lasts. Let's dive into the story. You can find it in the Gospels, specifically in Mark chapter 11, verses 12 to 14, and Matthew chapter 21, verses 18 to 22. Here's what happened. Jesus and his disciples were walking from Bethany to Jerusalem. It was early in the morning, and Jesus was hungry. From a distance, he spotted a fig tree covered in lush green leaves. Now, in that region, a fig tree in full leaf should have early figs, even if the main harvest hadn't come yet. So Jesus approached the tree, expecting to find some fruit to eat. But when he got there, he found nothing, just leaves, no figs, no sign of fruitfulness. Then Jesus did something surprising. Mark chapter 11, verse 14 says, "Then he said to the tree, 'May no one ever eat fruit from you again.' And his disciples heard him say it. The next day, as the disciples passed by, they saw that the tree had withered from the roots. Peter remembered and said, 'Rabbi, look, the fig tree you cursed has withered.'" At first glance, this might seem harsh. Why would Jesus curse a tree for not having fruit, especially if it wasn't the season for figs? But the story isn't about the tree. It's about us. It's about our lives, our hearts, and the importance of not just looking good on the outside, but being fruitful on the inside. Let's break this down together. Why did Jesus use this moment to teach his followers and us such a powerful lesson? 1. Appearances aren't everything. The fig tree looked healthy. Its leaves promised fruit. But when Jesus looked closer, there was nothing there. How often do we, especially as young people, focus on our outward image? We live in a world obsessed with appearances. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, where likes and followers can seem more important than what's happening inside us. But God isn't fooled by appearances. 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7 reminds us, "The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." You can have all the right looks, the best clothes, the most followers, but if your heart isn't connected to God, if your life isn't bearing fruit, you're missing the point. The fig tree teaches us that God wants something deeper than just looking good. He wants us to be fruitful. 2. The purpose of the tree and our purpose. Why does a fig tree exist? Simple, to bear figs. Just as a fig tree's purpose is to produce fruit, our purpose as followers of Jesus is to bear fruit for God. Jesus said in John chapter 15, verse 8, "This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples." What does it mean to bear fruit? It means living out the qualities and actions that show God's love to the world. The fruit of the Spirit, listed in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 to 23, includes love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. When people see these things in us, when we love others, show kindness, forgive, serve, and make a positive difference, that's fruit. That's our calling. 3. God looks for fruit in our lives. Jesus was hungry. He was looking for fruit. In the same way, God looks at our lives and longs to see the fruit of His Spirit growing in us. Not just once in a while, but every day. Not just when it's easy, but even when it's tough. Think about it. What's the point of a fruit tree that never produces fruit? It takes up space, soaks up sunlight and water, but if there's never any harvest, it's not fulfilling its purpose. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 7, verses 17 to 20, "Every good tree bears good fruit. By their fruit you will recognize them." Let's be honest. It's possible to go through the motions, attending church, singing the songs, posting Bible verses online. But if our lives aren't producing real spiritual fruit, then we're just leaves without figs. We're just outward show with no real substance. God is calling us to more. 4. The danger of fruitlessness. The withering of the fig tree is a warning. It's a wake-up call. God takes fruitlessness seriously because He created us to live lives of impact. In John chapter 15, verse 2, Jesus said, "Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, He takes away, and every branch that does bear fruit, He prunes, that it may bear more fruit." But this isn't meant to scare us. It's meant to inspire us. God longs for us to live full, meaningful, fruitful lives. He wants us to experience the joy of making a difference, of seeing our kindness, our love, our faithfulness impacting others. He wants us to be rooted in Him, growing, thriving, and producing fruit that lasts. 5. How do we bear fruit? So, how do we actually become fruitful? How do we avoid being like the fig tree, full of leaves but empty inside? Jesus gives us the answer in John chapter 15, verses 4 to 5. "Remain in me, as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing." It's all about connection. Staying close to Jesus through prayer, reading the Bible, worship, and spending time with other believers keeps us rooted and growing. When we're connected to Him, fruit comes naturally. Let me give you a practical example. Maybe you've tried to be kinder to a difficult person at school or at home, and it felt impossible. But when you pray and ask God for strength, when you remember Jesus' love for you, you find patience you didn't know you had. That's fruit. Or maybe you faced a tough situation, a loss, a disappointment, and instead of bitterness, you choose hope. That's fruit. Every time you choose love, peace, patience, and kindness, you're bearing fruit for God. 6. Positive thinking and bearing fruit now. Now, let's tie this to positive thinking. Sometimes we get discouraged. We might feel like our efforts don't matter or that we're not good enough. But positive thinking isn't just about ignoring problems. It's about believing that, connected to God, we can overcome, we can grow, and we can make a difference. Philippians chapter 4, verse 8 tells us, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." Positive thinking is focusing your mind on God's truth, His promises, and the good He is doing in and through you. When we fill our minds with God's truth, we become more fruitful, our attitudes change, our relationships thrive, and we inspire others. 7. Bearing fruit even when it's hard. Let's face it, life isn't always easy. Sometimes it feels like you're doing everything right, but you're not seeing results. Maybe you're loving someone who doesn't love you back, or you're trying to do good, but no one notices. Don't give up. Galatians chapter 6, verse 9 encourages us, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Your fruitfulness isn't measured by instant success or applause. It's measured by your faithfulness, by your willingness to keep growing, keep loving, keep serving, even when it's hard. God sees what others might miss, and He promises a harvest to those who persevere. 8. Relatable stories, real life fruitfulness. Let me share a story. I knew a girl in our youth group who struggled with shyness. She wanted to make a difference, but felt invisible. One day, she decided to start each day with a simple prayer. "God, help me bless just one person today." She began by smiling at classmates, offering kind words, or helping someone who dropped their books in the hallway. Over time, those small acts bore fruit. Her classmates noticed, friendships grew, and she became a light in her school. Her life was full of fruit, not because she was the loudest or the most popular, but because she was faithful in the small things. That's what bearing fruit looks like. Daily choices, small steps, rooted in God's love. 9. What kind of fruit are you producing? Let's pause for a moment and ask ourselves, what kind of fruit is growing in our lives? Are we producing love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control? Or are we just covered in leaves, busy, distracted, looking good on the outside, but empty inside? God is inviting us to more. He's calling us to live fruitful lives, not just for ourselves, but for the world around us. When we bear fruit, we impact our families, our schools, our communities, and even people we may never meet. 10. The importance of bearing fruit for God. Let's not forget why this matters. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5, verse 16, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Bearing fruit isn't about getting credit or praise. It's about reflecting God's love to a world that desperately needs hope. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every moment you choose love over hate, you're pointing people to Jesus. So, what will you do with this story of the fig tree? Will you settle for leaves, empty appearances, or will you choose a life of fruitfulness? The world needs your gifts, your love, your faith. God is looking for fruit in your life, not to judge you, but to invite you into something greater. Imagine if every person in this room decided to bear fruit for God, to love more, serve more, forgive more, and trust God more. What kind of impact could we make? How different would our schools, our families, our communities be? Let's be people who don't just look good on the outside, but who live lives full of real, lasting fruit. Let's stay connected to Jesus. Let's think positively, and let's never give up on doing good. Remember, even when no one else sees, God sees. Even when the fruit isn't obvious, it's growing. So today, I challenge you, don't just settle for leaves. Let's be fruitful. Let's make our lives count. The world is waiting for the fruit only you can produce. Will you answer the call? Beloved, we at Echo of Christ Empowerment Gospel Network want you to bear fruit to our Savior, Jesus Christ.